J-Lo is just, I don't know. Every man she's been with has said the same thing, except for Diddy. Diddy's the only one that said she was a great girlfriend and how he wish he hadn't messed it up.
Well, she deserved it. She's one of the flyest out there.
Yeah, well, she thinks that of you too. She named you one of the great loves of her life.
Yeah,
Was she one of yours too?
Yeah, without a doubt.
This is definitely not J-Lo's year. Her This Is Me Now documentary failed. And just when we thought she had the greatest love story ever told, she got caught up in a divorce. What's interesting is that there are reports that all of this is tied to her past with the disgraced mogul Diddy. At the end of this, we're going to reveal shocking theories that prove that Ben left J-Lo because of Diddy, so keep watching. Let's get into it.
That everybody else that's left her, oh, she was too this, she was this, she was that. But Diddy said she was perfect.
Maybe she was meant for the medal.
What happens if you're only perfect for the devil?
Before there was Benefit 1.0 or 2.0, J-Lo and Diddy were the moment. The two dated from 1999 to 2001, and you couldn't pick up a tabloid without seeing them draped in designer clothes, dominating red carpets, and basically running New York City. The relationship started going downhill when a club shooting incident happened in 1999. Allegedly, Diddy knocked a drink out of someone's hand, leading to an argument in a club in New York. Things escalated quickly, and soon shots were fired, injuring 3 people, including Natanya Rubin, who claimed Diddy's bullet hit her in the face. After that, the couple made a quick getaway, but were later apprehended. J-Lo was released from custody hours after her arrest, but Diddy spent a little time in jail. Although he and his bodyguard faced serious charges, they were released because, as a witness, Jennifer said they were both innocent.
Your car drove by, saw a female hand throwing a gun out of the
ridiculous.
car.
I don't even
You're the only
address
female
it.
in the car. You don't want to talk about
Ridiculous.
it? You very confident that Puffy will be found innocent in this trial?
Yes, I will.
You're going to testify?
If they need me.
This could have been her worst mistake because with everything being uncovered, people are speculating that she may have lied to save Diddy's skin. Do you know who took the fall? Moses Michael Barrow, also known by his stage name, Shine. He was Diddy's protege and a young rapper that we never got to hear. Shine was there at the club and spent 9 years in jail. Even with all of this, Jennifer continued to date Diddy for around 2 years before they finally split in 2001. The two of them also spoke well about each other in interviews showing absolutely no animosity. That's why people are wondering whether she has such a good relationship with him because they committed a crime together. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but now that Diddy is in a lot of legal trouble, people are beginning to speak up. Shine, the musician who spent 9 years in jail, recently said in an interview that Diddy destroyed his life when he was just 18 years old. He claimed that the rapper turned around and called witnesses to testify against him for something he did not do.
I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison.
What's also strange is that Natanya, the woman who was shot, never changed her story. She said Diddy was the one holding the gun and he shot her.
And I said, Puffy shot me in my face. This man testified. I testified in the criminal trial. This man testified in the criminal trial. People are like, why didn't she speak up then? Why is she saying something now? She want clout. Are you dumb?
If all of these claims are true, then Jennifer may be in some serious trouble as well. She told everyone that Diddy was innocent and he didn't have any gun with him. It all just seems messy, and people can't help but wonder why she is still so close to him. Maybe it's because he has something on her. Suge Knight has made similar claims from behind bars. Now let's get into one of the theories regarding why Ben left J-Lo. Suge, who was very influential in the rap music community, recently mentioned in his podcast he runs from prison, that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's supposed rocky relationship started because of tapes the FBI allegedly seized from Diddy's house. According to Suge, those tapes aren't just your run-of-the-mill home footage. They're bombshell recordings that could shed light on J-Lo's involvement in the 1999 case. He straight up said that these tapes allegedly included scenes that could suggest Jennifer lied when she said the gun belonged to Shine, which sent him to prison. Allegedly, she was covering for Diddy back then, and she knew that the gun belonged to Diddy. Suge is convinced these tapes have landed in Ben Affleck's hands and drove a wedge between him and J-Lo. He said that he was sure that the FBI handed the tape to Ben immediately after they found it. Do you think the feds are coming hard for J-Lo and Ben dipped before he got involved as well? It's an interesting theory. Now, whether this is hard evidence or just another Suge story is anyone's guess, but it certainly has people side-eyeing the Hollywood couple's rumored split a little harder. Maybe it's not even the tapes. The fact that J-Lo and Diddy even have some form of ongoing relationship, PR support, or whatever it might be, probably sent Ben over the edge. Combine that with J-Lo's reputation for being, well, high maintenance and a lover of fame, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Let's quickly analyze why the two lovebirds had personality differences.
As fate would have it, 20 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I felt inspired in the same way that I did when I did that first record. I was like, I'm gonna make This Is Me Now.
It's pretty obvious that Jennifer was head over heels for Ben, and he was the one that made the move to end the relationship. Ben may have just taken a meaner approach, because it's clear that celebrities are scrambling left and right to distance themselves from Diddy.
In my life, been through a lot of different kinds of experiences with the press, and it's not my favorite part of the job. It's not what I would choose to do.
Ben Affleck also does not like the fame aspect of being a celebrity. The man keeps to himself and just comes out when it's time for press tours. That's why it shocked people that he got back with Jennifer, who many have claimed is the complete opposite of that. Here's a little history of Ben and J-Lo's love story. The two first started dating in 2002 after starring in the movie Giggly together. They planned to get married in 2003, but called it off and then broke up in 2004. After going on to marry and have children with other people, they eventually reunited and got married in 2022. But this may have been a terrible decision on both ends because it only took them 2 years to call it quits. Let's be honest, J-Lo loves the fame and goes the extra mile to be seen, but Ben isn't into it. Sure, the two may have been in love, but this is a man that had been married to Jennifer Garner, who also doesn't like being in the limelight. The switch to J-Lo may have been too much for him. In an interview, he was pretty shocked to learn that Jennifer had been showing off letters that he wrote her 20 years ago, back when they were dating. To him, they were personal, and he did not want the public to see his letters, but she thought differently.
How do you accept an award for being something that you know you're not? How do you do that?
Apart from personality differences, apparently the tapes from Diddy may have been the final straw in the relationship. I mean, the timeline somewhat matches. Think about it. The FBI raided Diddy's home in March, and by the end of July, Ben Affleck bought a new $20 million house in Los Angeles, leading up to their official split on August 20th. According to TMZ sources, in late June, Ben moved his belongings out of the Beverly Hills home he shared with Jennifer before she returned from a recent trip to Europe. He then started renting an apartment in Brentwood before buying his house. It seems like between the raid and the divorce, something significant happened to split the two. Other industry names like Jaguar Wright have mentioned that J-Lo is more involved with Diddy than she admits, and she should be charged.
Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it on.
What do you think? Did Jennifer lie back in 1999? And should she face the law if she did, even though it's been over 20 years? The way I see it, J-Lo wouldn't look good in orange, and she'll probably start trying to remove herself from the situation by cutting off all ties to Diddy. Someone who is getting tired of prison meals is Diddy. He's on his third attempt to get out on bail, only this time, he's aiming higher. He's moving the appeal to a higher court, hoping they'll cut him a break, after 2 court judges told him no.
Sean Combs making a third pitch to be released on bail. This time, he's going to a higher court, hoping he'll be released on bail.
His lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, is gunning for this new court to declare that those judges got it all wrong, which is probably a big ask. Now Diddy's been chilling in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, which is the total opposite of his usual VIP treatment, and he is desperate to get out.
And I don't think they would do that. It's based on the evidence that he's being convicted by.
Now, let's dive into why his lawyers think this latest attempt might work. First off, the federal criminal sex trafficking case against Diddy has been assigned a new judge known as Judge Arun Subramanian. The rapper's bail pleas were previously denied by Andrew Carter Jr., as well as the first judge of the same case, U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnofsky. These were the 2 judges who had agreed with the prosecutors that Diddy should remain in jail until his trial, and he has been there for close to a month. Remember, Diddy pleaded not guilty to some hefty charges last month, including racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, coercing, and abusing women since 2008. The indictment claims he led a shady network of employees who helped intimidate, blackmail, and in some instances, even physically harm victims to keep them quiet. That's why the judges have been hesitant to grant him bail. He had an original bail offer of a $50 million bond, strict travel limitations, weekly drug tests, GPS monitoring, and even handing over his and his family's passports, including that of his youngest baby, who was just 1 year old, but that didn't help his case. It was at this point that the music mogul changed his strategy. To make sure he gets that bail, Diddy has also hired some new legal bigwigs to form a dream defense team to fight his case. He got legal giants Alexandra Shapiro and Anthony Rico, who just recently filed a motion in court to quit representing Diddy on his defense team. Anthony was known for leading the defense in up to 45 federal death penalty cases, while Alexandra is an appellate attorney who signed off on Diddy's appeal of the denial of his bond release. So one person's job is to get him out of jail, while the other person has to make sure he doesn't get too much time, even if he is convicted. But it doesn't stop there. These two are definitely worth the pay because they filed court documents claiming the Department of Homeland Security leaked video evidence to the media. We are talking about the footage of him assaulting his ex Cassie in a hotel hallway in 2016. They argue that this video, along with other alleged leaks, will taint the jury and risk Diddy's shot at a fair trial. I mean, because of that video, we have all formed our opinions on Diddy, and the public has been ripping him to shreds, but can you blame anyone? Diddy's lawyers have also pushed for a trial in April or May, and the judge has agreed that the trial will begin on May 5th, 2025. There is still no word regarding his new bail attempt, so no one knows if he would have to stay in prison before his trial. But it seems like the chances of him getting that bail is extremely low. You see, the prosecutors have it out for Diddy, and they mean business. The US prosecutors in charge of Diddy's case have disclosed that they've begun sharing the mountain of evidence against Diddy with his defense team. And it's a lot. We're talking several terabytes of digital material here. This initial document drop is just the start. With more digital files on their way, we may get to find out who attends these freak-offs with Diddy. What's your opinion about this case? Do you think Diddy would remain in jail, or would he get the bail he has been fighting for? How about Jennifer Lopez? Do you think the prosecutors also submitted her alleged video to the court? Let us know in the comments.